Right, we're just about ready to go. So, Lego Harry Potter. Oh. I was not expecting the race for which would be the next game I would platinum to be so close. Like, I think it was one vote between this and Star Wars for what I'd do next. So, but to be fair, because 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 I already said that that this was kind of going to that it was kind of going to be the start of a Lego Platinum Odyssey. I'm certainly not complaining, so I feel like we should just get on with it. Especially considering that we'll actually have some new lines to say. I should have known she would be here, Professor McGonagall. Good evening, Professor Dumbledore. Professor Dumbledore. No problems, I trust, Hagrid. No, Professor Dumbledore, sir. Looks like fell asleep. This is where we're flying over Bristol. Good luck, Harry Potter. If this were a Let's Play, I might have to re-edit that so it actually looks like so it actually looks like it should. What? Like zooming into the Harry Potter titles. Because that's probably one of the coolest shots from the movie. Bam! Hedwig's theme smashes you in the face. Anyway, because it had since become so associated with the Wizarding World, you can imagine why the Lego games are only using music from the movies rather than any of Jeremy Soul's music from the EA games. I mean, he's great, but his thing is Western RPGs, and they're already my kryptonite anyway. Alright. Rubius Hagrid, keeper of keys and groans at Hogwarts. Sorry about that. Can you find all the things on this list in London? If you know where to go. Alright, so welcome to the Leaky Cauldron. how it's the first place we go to, which is a tease about how late how later it will be the essentially what the cantina was in Star Wars. So I will say I did platinum this on PS3 beforehand. So I definitely know what I'm doing. And I might already have a solid platinum strategy as a result. But in general, one of the coolest things about this platinum journey is that On from Persona 5. Yeah, Erica Holliker, who I know as On from Persona 5. She showed a playthrough of story mode for Philosopher's Stone to her YouTube, but though she did it more as Venti from Genshin Impact, considering that she had a co-op partner in the form of Lumine. I suppose, to be fair, she's more used to co-streaming with her Genshin Impact co-stars. You have to wonder why in the movie they used the theme for the the introduction to the Great Hall for the equivalent of this scene in the movie. Because, I mean, John Williams had arranged this theme for use in that scene anyway. Harry Potter, can't tell you how pleased I am to meet you. Hello, Professor. Good to see you there. Harry, this is Professor Quirrell. He'll be your defense against the dark arts teacher at Hogwarts. Oh. Nice to meet you. Fifthly, fascinating subject. Not that you need it, eh, Potter? Boosh. Let's be going now. Lots to buy. Bye, Draco. Bye, Draco. If only we had Lumos by now, because we'd be able to deal with that thing under Ollivanders. Snip, snip, snip on the top of Wiseacres. I think that's about all we can do. Yeah, this is the last thing I think we can do around Diagon Alley. Who's that he just apparated in? We can't apparate right now. We can't apparate until we hit years 5 to 7. I should pull up chat to see how... I suppose Auditech's reliability in being there for the Lego Star Wars ones was because... Never mind, I do have a viewer. Look at me and my big mouth. Hey there, whoever you are. You're welcome to pop into chat. Certainly if you have a few words to say. I probably shouldn't be as stingy about studs in this game as I was in LEGO Star Wars, because, well, the stud multipliers especially was so incredibly expensive. But to be fair, I suppose if you're used to not having that much money, you kind of build your mindset around that. To be fair, one connection this does have to Star Wars is that Warwick Davis, who plays like a few of the goblins and Flitwick, he got his start in appearing in nerdy stuff as Wicket the Ewok in Return of the Jedi. It really says a lot that anything Lucasfilm publishes, well, back during the days of LucasArts, anything they published would give a very special thanks to George Lucas. Yet, you have to wonder if any Star Wars games made since would do the same, especially considering that both EA and Warner Brothers would only ever shout out J.K. Rowling in the normal special thanks. There's no very special thanks specific to her as the creator of, yeah. Wingardium Leviosa. Oh, I was expecting that to give me a house crest. Never mind, purple stud's definitely still good, especially considering we're at least 90% of the way to True Wizard. Right. Mr. Harry Potter wishes to make a withdrawal. And does Mr. Harry Potter have his key? got in there somewhere. Ah! There's a little devil! Very well. I think that might have been perfect timing on the music there. Alright. There's something else as well. Professor Dumbledore wanted me to give you this. It's about you-know-what involved you-know-which. True Jedi. True wizard, though. Come on, grip hook. All right. It says a lot to the equivalent of this ride in Deathly Hallows Part 2. There's a lot more high octane. Shit. I really shouldn't curse, but okay. Right. Didn't think your mom and dad would leave you with nothing, did ya? Vault 713. What's in there, Hagrid? Can't tell you, Harry. Hogwarts business. Top secret. I still need a wand. A wand? You want Ollivanders? Ain't no place better. Why don't you go why don't you go ahead inside and wait? I got a few other things to take care of. Give it a wave. Perhaps this. I wonder. Curious. Curious. Very curious. Harry, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Level complete, free play unlocked. I'm guessing we're getting trophies for every movie we finish rather than every level. I'm saying I guess. I've platinumed this on PS3, I should know. Platform 9 3/4. But hey, there must be some mistake. There's no such thing, is there? Oh, bloody hell, Ron. Right. This is it. Welcome to the Hogwarts Express. Bloody hell, Ron. Right. Reparo. Hi, Hagrid. Hello, Harry. Explain to the boats. Come on, Ed. Follow me. I still remember the first time I saw that first shot of Hogwarts, like, panning up. It felt so incredible. Right. So. Snape. Right. Gryffindor! Draco. Slytherin! Not Slytherin, not Slytherin. Gryffindor! This is the most direct part of the dormitories. Oh, and keep an eye on the staircases. They like to change. I love how the layout of the grand staircase of all things is probably the most consistent thing about between this game and its follow-up. Right, hey Neville. Whoa, oh. This character token behind the couch. How they made the sets as real as possible, like it's real furniture. Every time you enter a you enter the common rooms, and it's not just true for Gryffindor, because they go to Slytherin in Chamber of Secrets, and checkmate. Checkmate. Huh? Oh, right. Well. Right. Right. I know you. You're Nearly Headless Nick. I prefer Sir Nick. That's the War Doctor. I prefer Sir Nicholas, if you don't mind. Nearly headless? How can you be nearly headless? Like this. Alright, Scabbers. Because remember, we don't know that this is Wormtail yet. Oh, hey, Fluffy! Fluffy scaring that portrait into being where he needs to be. So, later on there'll be a red brick that... Right now these studs, collecting the ghost studs aren't worth anything. All that really meant to do is just guide us along to our waypoint, but eventually there'll be a red brick that makes them worth the same as a blue stud, I think. So I think grabbing that red brick would be a lot of good incentive to the... Hey, Flitwick! Swish and flick. Wingardium Leviosa! Alright. Weasley? Alright. Wingardium Leviosa! It is funny, Draco, thank you very much. Alright. Much like the standing studs in a single run of Mustafar, the standing studs in the open world of Hogwarts never respawn. So if you're really stuck up on making money, then the most efficient way to do it would be to hold off on the big stuff until later, especially that purple stud in the corner. Because theoretically I could go for it, but... Wingardium Leviosa! Lesson complete. Alright, Nick. Because they're so easy to do now, might as well do them now. Alright. Alright. Cornish pixies. Freshly caught Cornish pixies. Hello, Percy. Miss Clearwater. Hello, Nicholas. So, right now the goal is to open the gate to the Great Hall. The gate, the big door, you pillock. I suppose I should have all the ingredients right. I know where the other ingredients are for when I open that Cauldron of Apologies potion. Because the gold cauldrons are always Apologies potion. Alright. We're only 3/4 of an hour in and we're only just at the second level. Oh! Oh. Thank you, Draco. Troll in the dungeon! Troll in the dungeon! Thought you would know. Well, at least Dumbledore was able to shut everyone up in the movie. Anyway. Out of the dungeon. I think the trolls left the dungeons. But good time to leave, Hermione. We need your book for that. Bloody trolls. How can a troll get in? Not likely on its own. Trolls are really bloody stupid. No mistake. Deploy the rat. Deploy the wormtail. We don't know it's Wormtail yet, but... Imagine how Harry looked when he realized he's Wormtail, like Peter bloody Pettigrew. Has been right next to me for, as near as makes no difference, the whole of, like, my first 3 years at Hogwarts. Hiding out as a rat to hide from the fact that the knob end sold my parents out to Voldemort. I suppose even if Autotech would have only really been incentivized to stick around if I was doing more Star Wars. I had done all the DVD disc 2s for this. Oh. No boys allowed. Yeah, you allowed the troll in! Does that mean it's a female troll? I mean, I remember that, there was this one, in what was it, season 16 of Red vs. Blue? 15 or 16. When they more or less really didn't know where to take the story, where they edited in just Gus dressed as like a troll. And for some reason the troll's girlfriend as well. Alright. And how else are we going to infiltrate a girl's restroom, eh? Oh, just in time. Oh, didn't even need Polyjuice Potion. Alright. P-Brain! Trying to make our first play feeling like true Gryffindors. But to be fair, even if Harry ended up in Slytherin, I still think that he would go out to do this because, I mean, he basically defines himself as the archetypal classical hero. Like following along in like the classical hero's journey and stuff. But oh, okay. But oh, here we go. Blood clonk. Wingardium Leviosa! Boosh! Okay. Gives me some breathing room to do everything else like true wizard and stuff. Come on, you... There we go. Alright. Hey, at least the more damage has happened, the more we can really sell that. Once the teachers get here, the more we can really sell that this troll has been, let's put it frankly, quite a menace. Well, damn, Ravenclaw. The cool part is that when Anne did her thing of this, she did it representing Ravenclaw, which I love so much because, well, I'm a proud Ravenclaw. Oh. So I'm guessing this is one of those true wizards where you only really feel like you get it by the skin of your teeth. Because that's how I'm feeling about it. Right, Wingardium Leviosa! Clonk! Is it dead? Don't think so. Just knocked out. It's my fault, Professor McGonagall. I went looking for the troll. How the Lego game makes no pretense about it. We aren't supposed to trust squirrels. Which is funny because the books are mostly written from Harry's perspective, he gives you the idea that we're not supposed to trust Snape. So the question would be, he probably would still be a classical hero even if he was in Slytherin, but would that soften his opinion of Snape at all? All right. The exterior of the Great Hall feels very well lit. If it's going to be anything like the movies, that lighting is going to get dimmer and dimmer as we go on. Okay. Right. All right. And just poof. Find all of these with the aid of Lumos. This time there's no pretense about it, just get this build done. Well, there are various idle animations specific to when you're using Lumos. Now there are different versions of the Charms classroom based on what spell you're learning. Right, Lumos. Whoops, Spider. We want Ron to get rid of them for a trophy. Lumos.
Huh?
All right, and so boosh, And we have Lumos. 10 gold bricks we have right now. Okay. Lumos. Lumos. There will be no foolish wand-waving or silly incantations in this class. All right. Right, potions. This always caused me This always caused me a lot of trouble when I first played through this on Wii, because when I learned Polyjuice Potion, for some reason the game didn't decided to not let me keep it for when I left that classroom. By the time I'd realized that it screwed me out of completing free roam, it was already too late. Oh, what are you... I was right at the bloody handle, you stupid... There we go. Strength potion. And because there's only ever one potions classroom, might as well do everything in it, because, well, it's gonna get different over time with, like, new potions to learn. Which is the main reason if I went back to the one with Polyjuice Potion, maybe I could have tried it again, and But maybe to be fair, maybe the maybe the Wii version was the least stable of all the flagship versions. Maybe PC is up there as well, but I'm not Mr. PC Master Race, so I wouldn't know. Okay. So, remember that, such a quick and easy red brick to grab. Give the red brick to Hedwig like it's Lego Indiana Jones. Collect ghost studs. Unlock a red brick. Go to Ilops in Diagon Alley to purchase a bonus. Okay. Return to the Leaky Cauldron. In years 5 to 7, there'd be a free roam connection between Hogwarts and have access to Lego Builder. Visit Gringotts at the end of Diagon Alley. Anyway, speaking of Diagon Alley, it is the only place where standing studs actually replenish. Like. I don't know if you can tell, but well, I don't know if it shows really, but their first effort to make to bring the Lego series seriously into the 7th generation, so the PS3, Xbox 360, and Wii. Well, yeah. It was Lego Indiana Jones 2, and it was a very Mario 64 / Banjo-Kazooie inspired affair. Bam! Collect ghost studs. Yeah. This is how you don't be as anal as worried about studs, at least, as I was during Lego Star Wars. So I can go extras, go down here to Collect those studs. Okay. Right, so back this way to free roaming Hogwarts. There we go. All worth a blue stud. And unlike LEGO Star Wars, we'll make both that money back and enough money for, like, stud multipliers and what have you in a heartbeat. Because, well, studs are so abundant. Ghost studs especially. What the... It's better to get that red brick sooner rather than later because, well, once you get once you finish the story mode, you won't be able to use, you won't have a house ghost as a as essentially a waypoint. Anyway, Lumos Solet. Right. See what EA would do with with herbology. Would be to have it introduced Incendio or something. And yeah, like yeah, like Incendio would be a spell Professor Sprout would teach. Hey, shoo! Hey, shoo! I can tell just how iconic John Williams' score is, certainly compared to other Wizarding World composers. All right. Boosh. Lumos Salem. All right. So. So. See? Already made that money back. That's the mindset that comes from stuff being a lot cheaper here. Right, Madam Hooch. Stop. Oh! Oh! Shove off, Harry. Damn you, Draco! Harry, no way. You heard what Madam Hooch said. Besides, you don't even know how to fly. What idiot. Give it here, Draco, or I'll knock you off your broom. That's so. That's so. Have it your way then. I'll even give it some slow-mo just to really solidify. Yes, this is this is how this is how McGonagall was like, yes, this Potter boy, he should be Gryffindor's new Seeker. If you're in Slytherin, then yeah, Snape's so much of a hard ass that Snape won't be easily convinced, but he's such a Quidditch hooligan that he'll be convinced at some point. Certainly before the first match. Right. Lumos Salem. Okay. Right, there we go. Right, and so. Oh, ghostly treasure, there's a trophy. Finally. Repairing the wooden bridge. Gold Cauldron's apologies potion, I know, yes. At least the, at least the... Anyway, here's another trophy we can go for. By throwing our typical MO for running through Lego games to the winds, we can go for the trophy Quick Quidditch, which requires beating this level in under 5 minutes. Right. I've never even played Quidditch. What if I make a fool of myself? You won't make a fool of yourself. It's in your blood. Right. Right. Four. The snitch! Get it, get it. It's Snape. He's chasing the broom. Chasing the broom? What do we do? Ignore. hoping they set the True Wizard low enough to compensate for how time is not on my side. Oh, fuck. Come on. Thank you. Hey, we've got another viewer. Sweet. Oh, there we go. Quick Quidditch. Okay. Back on it. Right, and big zoomy Terry. Oh, nope. Looks like he's gonna be sick. Never mind, back down to one viewer. $75%. That's gonna really annoy me because the main reason why I like getting True Wizard in story mode, even though I have to do it in, but I only have to do it in both in Lego Star Wars the original trilogy. Well, because I'm less likely to have stud multipliers at this point, and if I am, they're going to be, I'm only really going to have one or two, so nothing super duper powerful. Well, it means that I'm gonna have an actual idea of what the actual true Jedi is. Hagrid. True wizard. Now I've got 3 viewers, sweet. The fat lady, I swear. Mum made it. The invisibility cloak. The Doctor. The first Doctor. This is a lot that I'm not getting nearly as much engagement on this as I am my Lego Star Wars. All right. Get those books out of the way sooner rather than later, for the sake of like them not causing problems. I really shouldn't worry about zapping spiders with Ron, because I'd already gotten 2 trophies this stream. Which, when the last stream of each campaign in Need for Speed Rivals when the penultimate stream didn't have any trophies at all to speak of. It says a lot that we got 2 in the very first one. Now, because this is the only part of odds playthrough that ever made it to YouTube. Well, Philosopher's Stone story mode, at least. 16, 17, 18. Those would be the tower, the star, and the moon. Were TT Games actually clued up on, like, the Fool's Journey? Because, I mean, yeah, the lightning struck tower describes the card art for the Tower Arcana. But that's not a chapter title until Half-Blood Prince. And that's not a movie that's covered at all in this game. Is that the cat? There's not a lot that there's no like calm music for when you're in the library. At least the stealth here isn't anywhere near as punishing as it is for EA. Well, in the EA games. What's it? Okay. I suppose Mrs. Norris is the main reason. Yeah. So. Hey, we've got another viewer. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Autotech is here. If you're expecting Star Wars, well, it was only one vote short of missing out, so just checking in to see if you're doing alright, but to be honest, I don't think I'll stick around with how controversial J.K. Rowling has become. I mean, I get it, but also get her side of the story as well. Let me know when you unlock Ebony Darkness, Dementia Ravenway, though. If that's calling out like Rowling's typical naming conventions, then yeah. Oh, I heard her side of the story, alright. I still think she sucks. Okay. Right. Ebony Darkness, Dementia Ravenway is a character from the infamous 2006 Harry Potter fanfic, My Immortal. I think it's worth a read, it's very funny. Maybe you can shoot me the link if you can find it. Anyways, well, I'm kind of conflicted on Star Wars losing out because where you don't seem to respond anywhere but here. I mean, yeah, I know it seems like I don't really respond on Discord, but That's more or less often because, well, I don't know what to say. But 9 times out of 10, that or like Facebook Messenger or Instagram or something, those are the most reliable places to reach me. Anyway, I'm very conflicted about Star Wars losing out because yeah, it's the big thing that introduced us to one another, but one, the games that are available on PS4 are particularly hit and miss, and even if they weren't, Lego is a lot more reliable when it comes to preparing to go for the platinum.
Ooh.
Which, I mean, we've already got 2 trophies at this point, so that should give you, and are like 3/4 of the way towards the 4th. So, did I say a 4th? I meant a 3rd. Oh, to be fair, though we're like 3/4 of the way towards that one, we're now like halfway towards the one for finishing story mode for Philosopher's Stone, so that's something. 2 levels in a row I don't get True Wizard, but to be fair, the last one was mainly because I was going for quick Quidditch. The Order Tech, if you do want to help me, still in a very Star Warsy way, I only just entered like the writing stages of the summary for all the streams we did on Lego Star Wars. So if you want to help write that, I'd appreciate it. Sure, what can I do for you? I can send you the Google Doc and based on what you'd figure were highlights from the streams, you can add them and maybe a few like pointers for how I'd edit it together later. Alright, will do. I'll also send you my Immortal. Sweet. Fair exchange. But because I'm not really a very... definitely include both instances of more committing suicide. Well, at this point, I know I want to hold off on showing off the guides on PSN profiles, PlayStation Trophies.org, etc. Specifically to retain the surprise of learning that there were prequel levels in place of the bounty hunts. That's definitely one thing I want to keep in the edit. So. So we definitely want to keep that. Yeah, I think we should keep that a surprise too. That was amazing to see live. I already know more or less what I want to say with it. But I think from memory, we only got to it like after Super Story for A New Hope, so we still have to write like getting there and stuff. Hey, Fang. Oh, and the first and we immediately start with Fang too. Thank you. Now this is gonna be the Forbidden Forest is gonna be a very important location for getting certain trophies later, especially with regards to Fang. Right. Well, the kid in peril we just saved is still like nervous because this is still the Forbidden Forest. Look at us discussing editing Lego Star Wars while in probably one of the most important levels for trophies in this game. Now, to be fair, since the focus of this is hunting trophies, and that's exactly what the video's like main thing is about covering. I suppose it is even mildly appropriate. Right, Lumos. Anyway, if Star Wars did win out on the poll, I would have liked to have done the Battlefront Classic Collection if it weren't for my insistence for going through a series from as early as possible, which would probably mean going through the Phantom Menace tie-in games, which, well, I barely have. Well, I never had on PS1, and if I did, hey, Fang. If I did, it was something we probably got rid of. I mean, the only memories I have of tie-ins to the Phantom Menace outside of Legos and like the pod racing game is I think was only ever like on PC, and like because we didn't have because Steam wasn't a thing at the time, it was probably something we got rid of very quickly, because like the only PC games we still have hard copies of are, oh, Fang. Fang's such a good boy! Imagine if my dog Nisha ever happened upon Fang. Like, oh, for... Right. Anyway, so unlike something like the Bounty Hunter thing with Jango Fett, where I have since gotten a PS2 copy, and so can prepare for it like that, I'll be going into the Phantom Menace game wholly and completely blind. I know I shouldn't be excited to go for the Battlefront Classic Collection, but because it's only on Steam and Xbox, so you can get the original versions. What a choice do I have on PlayStation? Hufflepuff. Which is funny because when Venti and Lumine were doing it for like the others' YouTube, or the former's YouTube at least, Lumine was there repping Hufflepuff. Oh, I think that's it, he's gone. And Venti was there repping my beloved Ravenclaw. Oh. Oh! Ooh, purple stud, good. Right. The forest? I thought that was a joke. We can't go in there. The students aren't allowed. And there are werewolves. There's more werewolves in those trees. You can be sure of that. Nighty night. It's funny because, well, Filch would then go on to play the first Doctor. Like, what was it? A decade later. More than that, actually, like... I suppose that means there's 3 Doctors in this one game. Filch, the first Doctor, Ollivander, the War Doctor, and Crouch Jr., the 10th Doctor. Which makes it even more funny that Crouch Sr. is the father of the Cybermen in the 10th Doctor's very first season. Imagine if they got Nick Briggs from Big Finish to more frequently appear here, or at least in the LEGO series. I mean, of course they got him for the Doctor Who components of LEGO Dimensions, which is cool as all hell. But, you would imagine that Doctor Who is not the only thing that Big Finish does. I mean, it's what they're most known for, but surely they must do something else. I mean, if for no other reason than to give British voice actors, like, something to do. Well, assuming they can't get gigs, like, across the pond or something. Then again, to be fair, Xenoblade Chronicles, the dub was made of mostly British actors. I mean, you can even hear Shulk in LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. Imagine how nice it feels having an actual targeting reticle for once. I mean, they were introduced in, I think, LEGO Batman 1. Right. Guess we have one person popping in and out all the time, unless it's the same someone. No, I'm not going to hold my breath. I mean, it says a lot that someone's liked almost every stream I did in LEGO Star Wars. Yet I'm not getting any... Yet nobody is like... Just hit the like button here. If that sounds like a plug and stuff, I'm sorry, I don't... I get annoyed with plugs too, but... I mean, a little encouragement goes a long way. Now Hagrid has his crossbow. But the only spell he knows is Wingardium Leviosa. Alright. Lumos. Oh, Fang is strong. Let's see. Who's a good boy, Fang? Such a good boy. Okay. Imagine if one of the werewolves that we're hearing, like in the background, was Mooney. You know, the... I mean, right now, Lupin wouldn't be teaching, but... I mean, he's a social outcast because of Mooney. There we go, true wizard. Aw, Fang! Fang is such a good boy. It was so good of Fang to run back and get the others when Harry was in trouble. All right. Here it is. Curriculum! You gotta love that Hogwarts student protection. That forest full of man-eating monsters next to our school. Nobody is allowed to go through. At least you have to say. At least everyone who goes inside has at least one or two centaurs at their back. Because I mean, Mars is bright. Finally. Now. 2 hours 11. I think we can fit in. Wait, isn't Voldemort still attached to Quirrell at this point? Why is he floating around like a ghost? That's a good question. That's a very good question. I suppose we should just wrap up this movie if for no other reason than to answer that question. Because I mean, we'd already been introduced to Fluffy's door back when we needed to head down towards like the ground level of the castle. Then again, Quirrell does fly in the movie, and you can spin a Lego minifig's head around, so I guess it's alright. Yeah. How pleasant Quirrell is being because, well, it's free roam and obviously everyone who... Also, fun fact, did you know those turning stairs are never mentioned in the books? Which is funny because, like, the Grand Staircase is, like, one of the primary methods of navigation, both here and in, like, the official EA games. I should know, I got the Platinum Trophy for Half-Blood Prince, but that's it, because, well, everything before that was... The most recent thing it'd been on was PS2. You a good boy, Fluffy? You want some mood music, Fluffy? I actually like Fluffy's sound effect for a... I actually used Fluffy's sound effect for a similar three-headed dog creature in my comic dub for Star Wars The Stark Hyperspace War. Correction, Fluffy is 3 good boys. Off of... Get off of it. Off of, come on! There we go. Off of, come on. Wow, this is the least consequential room in the whole level. And it primarily exists because of this chest that only Reducto can break. Which gives you either a house crest or a character token. Because you actually have, because in this Lego game you have to actually find the character tokens before you can buy them. It's funny that the least consequential room, also looks the most like the Devil's Snare in the movie. Well, or at least the most like it, because, well, there's still plenty of Devil's Snare here, but Lumos. Alright. So. I remember playing this on, like, on even Switch and being flummoxed that just because you could control your altitude on a broom, it didn't necessarily mean you could hold out your wand while riding your broom. I mean, I know that it's a subtle way to differentiate different people's competencies on a broom. Like, Hermione is slow and bucks about a lot. Ron's okay, but can't control his elevation. Whereas someone like the Doctor, he can control his elevation, but he can't. But he has to have two hands gripping the broom at all time, meaning he can't use his wand. It's a factoid that always flummoxed me about this level, because until I figured... Can you beat this level as Quirrell only? Remember, he did canonically make it through. I think there's actually a trophy for... wait, let me pull up the trophy list. I know you can't see it, but... where is it? By every version of Voldemort, to defeat Quirrell in the Quirrell boss fight using Voldemort. Defeat the mountain troll using Quirrell. So, yeah, there are a few things that Quirrell theoretically should have done that he probably might still have done. He probably might still do and be incentivized to do via trophies in free play. Oh, damn! That's my punishment for being ambitious but rubbish, I guess. I can't ride the knight? Alright, right. Pawn takes pawn. Oh, bam! Pawn takes pawn. Alright. Right. Knight here. Knight takes knight. I kind of wish Quirrell would live. It would have been nice to have a Death Eater early on with an actual history with Harry. Same goes for the Doctor. Right. Pawn. Pawn takes pawn. Go. Pawn takes pawn. I like the EA game. I like how this is like these chess pieces all behave as they should, rather than all being just glorified pawns. Right, rook takes pawn. Queen takes rook. Bishop takes queen. Well, finally, here we go. Oh. I'm getting screwed over big time in terms of studs. Right. Queen takes bishop. Checkmate. I love how that bishop is protecting the squeen. The square the queen is on, so as to make doubly sure that it is indeed checkmate. The bishop. Right. The stone. Honestly, it makes a lot more sense for the people who hate the video game, hate Ron even more than the people who made the movies. I suppose, to be fair, the handheld version is much more like the movie, so it's a lot more fair on Ron. Again, I'm getting screwed over big time. They really don't want me to get True Wizard. Unlike bloody Lego Star Wars, where the only real problem I had was with why use the killing curse when you can throw spooky green heads at your enemies? I bet that's how well, I mean, all we see in the movie is just a flash of light, and then Harry's mother going down like a sack of bricks. So maybe more a sack of potatoes, actually. And that could very well be the case. Actually, you can see a flash of green in the movie. It's pretty good foreshadowing. It is, it really is. Well, I suppose it's more meant to foreshadow, like, recognizing the killing curse, or at least the green glow of the killing curse, in Moody's class. Because at that point, they didn't know that Moody was the Doctor in disguise. And it says a lot that this game especially has, there we go, Junior, for finishing all the story levels in Philosopher's Stone. It says a lot that this game especially has 3 characters played who would also play. That's the issue. I enjoy the foreshadowing in Rowling's books, I really do, such as Sirius Black being mentioned in the very first chapter. But man, there's a lot of problematic content in there. Maybe that's why Kingdom Hearts is so appealing to me, because yeah, you come for the Disney and or the Final Fantasy. 73%. You're very funny, game. but you stay for Tetsuya Nomura's obsession with everything connects to everything else, which, I mean, it's less approachable, so a series like Persona would never do the same thing, but it means a lot of setups actually get paid off in later entries. What happened down in the dungeons between you and Professor Quirrell was a complete secret. So, naturally, the whole school knows. Flamel has enough elixir to set his affairs in order. But we've had a little chat and agreed it's all for the best, that the stone be destroyed. Alas, earwax. Birdie bots beans from our admirers, eh? Okay, so that is Lego Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. You know, there's something in my own writing I'm very proud of. I played something in Book 3 where the characters travel back to Book 0 and an event, and I already alluded to that event in Book 0. Look at you being your own little Tetsuya Nomura in here. I might definitely have to give it a look. Wait. I would really love it if there was a Persona game, or at least an Atlas sub-series that was made in the style of Nomura, but to be fair, for approachability's sake, I guess Quirrell did live in this version of events. If he went to Azkaban, he should have been freed later. Maybe he got a redemption. Maybe, for all we know. But I mean, since he doesn't appear as an enemy later on, that is a good point. I mean, then again, having lost his arms from that, if he's even alive at all, the first place that he'd have to go would be St. Mungo's. Wait, imagine if he was still there when Gilderoy Lockhart was admitted there. Because, I mean, going by Defense Against the you can literally regrow bones in this universe. I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah, that's fair. Anyway. Plus, Wormy had a synthetic hand. Well, yeah, but it feels like the kind of thing that only Voldemort can distribute. Because, I mean, we know it turns on him as soon as he, remembers his... Harry could have killed me, but he spared me. So I really should, consider that. And I mean, the Super Coen brothers used that to set up Snape's death in their version of what if Harry didn't have enough ammunition to say not Slytherin, which is probably one of the best things they've ever done, and I think they would even agree. But we're coming up very close to the 2.5 hour mark, so I probably should wrap things up, especially since we've hammered out 3 trophies in that time span. So, so thank you all for being here, especially considering, well, the fact that J.K. Rowling only gets a special thanks here, while George Lucas only gets actually gets a very special thanks. So yeah, but yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time. 10.5%, and just for doing story mode.